Here's Battle Line. Let's see what's inside.
Alright. So it looks like there's a rule book, or rule sheet, 4 pages.
Yeah.
Black and white. There's some diagrams, looks maybe relatively easily explained. We have some red wooden pawns. 9 of them. They refer to them as flags in this game.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, and that's what you're trying to capture in the game. If you were the first to win 3 of those in a row or capture 5 of the 9 by the end of the game, then you win. All right, and inside the box you also find 70 cards. 60 of them are the troop cards, and they look similar to this. There are 6 different colors and values 1 through 10. And this is the black troop cards. And the other 10 cards are the tactics cards, and they have a brownish back to them. There are cards anywhere from mud, which extends the line. There are shield bearers, which are kind of wild cards for lower ranks. Trader cards, fog, scout. This is a wild 8, crazy 8.
Nice.
Redeploy, deserter, Darius or Darius to some people, and Alexander. So the basic cards are the troop cards, and then the tactics cards kind of manipulate the rules slightly for either a particular flag, or it allow you to gain a certain ability. Little things, but enough to influence the game. And that's really all that's inside the bag, or inside the box. Good evening. We just played Battle Line. This is not my first time, but this is Lori's.
My first time.
So, what are your first impressions on it?
No, it's a really good game. It's super easy mechanics to it,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of decision making and just the right amount of luck. Just with the cards you draw, you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Right. So, basically, you play a card, draw a card, and there's 2 different types of cards: troop cards and tactics cards. So yeah, mechanically, pretty easy to get into. Now, what were like the most interesting decisions that you've had to make?
Because I had quite a few of, because it works on the poker rules of straight
Right.
flush being the highest. I had quite a few 2 cards of the same color in a row, and was hoping for the third.
Right.
But do you lay that thinking you might not get it, and within those, some of those, one of them would match with like a 3 of a kind.
Yeah.
So it was back and forth on how to make the decision of, and how long do you hold off before you play and reveal what you're trying to do. So
Yeah, exactly.
both of those things I struggled.
I really enjoy like the card management in it, where you've got I always keep some cards that can play, like I keep them until I really am just out of options, and then play them just to get another card cycled in. But, did you decide like which flag in the line to attack, or was it kind of like, okay, well,
I was trying to keep, I did a couple close together, thinking I could probably end up getting those. And when I had a random card I didn't know what to do with, I stuck it way at the end, thinking, well, even if I don't get it, doesn't matter. Even though it's a change probably to the game, but I did try to manipulate that a little bit to try to get the 3 in a row. But,
right.
I could see how that could be really hard. Like the 5 at the end seems almost easier probably, but
yeah. So some of the straights I don't try to go for are anything that involves a 10 and a 1.
Right, because you have one end to go off of. Yeah.
It seems like, I don't know. Yeah, you've got.
I was watching for that, even though one of them I ended up trying to go for straight, just because I realized I think you were already going for a straight. So if I did 3, I kind of wouldn't have won anyway. So.
Right.
But I did try to avoid doing that for those ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I didn't get ones till more than halfway through the game, so I don't think I realized there was ones in the game. So.
Yeah. I mean, it is, it is luck based, quite a bit, but still. I sometimes imagine like, okay, it's a 2-player game, and if you alternate drawing from the troop deck, it's sort of like you've got a 50-50 chance of just
right.
Either,
what are your chances? Yeah, that's true. With only 2 people.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's like I don't know how you can really find out, but trying to just draw the right tempo of cards, just get going. It's impossible. It's
impossible for me. I'm sure there's somehow you could card count.
Probably, but
partway through you could know what was left in the deck based on what was out, but I can't do that. So
the one that you the tactics card that you played, the Scout, I think is a really powerful.
It was, and I feel like I maybe pulled it a little early, but I didn't want it to put anything else down. That was part of my issue.
Yeah.
And I was looking for, I think, 3 different rows that could have ended up being straight flushes. So I was like, man, what are the chances of those 3 cards? But I didn't.
Yeah. And I guess the wild cards, the Darius and the Alexander.
Oh, are they wilds? Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're wild.
Man, that can be powerful too.
Yeah. But the thing with the tactics cards is I kind of played, I didn't play any the whole game. Yeah, you played
troop heavy. You had one, but you never played it. Yeah.
And the reason for that is like, I don't know, sometimes...
Which one did you have?
I had...
Would it have been helpful?
I had redeploy, so I could take a card from an unclaimed flag and deploy it to somewhere else. It might have been helpful.
It was that one super. I mean, depending on your what you have laid out, that might not have been as important one.
And it was at a point in the game I drew it early,
right?
And I couldn't really use it, so that kind of set the pace for the game.
Yeah,
where you played one and never played one.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you draw bad as far as tactics cards early on, you can't use it.
Right.
Then
you're kind of stuck with one less troop card too.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And the game is kind of like there's some games where a lot of tactics cards are played, and some where little to none are played. Yeah. But
interesting.
Yeah. But you think you'll fare better next game?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm getting my poker brain.
Yeah.
That's actually what it felt like. Because I used to play poker quite a bit, and it was always Texas Hold'em, where it's the same idea though. Some of the cards are revealed to both sides, so everybody knows what part of a hand could be.
Yeah.
And it definitely had the same feel for me a little bit, like which ones should I use, and there's a little bit of bluffing for the other player. You don't want them to know exactly what you're going for, so I did have a lot of that poker feelings have come back.
Exactly. Yeah. The tension in the game though is like felt throughout.
Oh for sure. As soon as somebody lays something that you were waiting for, the frustration.
Yeah, exactly. Is it more of like a constant frustration or constant like anticipation of like drawing
it's
a
both.
card?
I mean, I say frustration, but I love that in a game. I mean, even though it makes me angry, it's the tension. That's what makes it fun for me. So and drawing too. Not knowing what you're gonna get and hoping. Right. And I got my 6 and my 8 or whatever I was looking for that you were convinced I wouldn't get. I couldn't believe I got those cards.
Yeah. Do you think a first timer has the same chance as a veteran at this game?
I don't know, because I feel like there is like you were asking about where to put it next to the pawns and stuff. I can see people who aren't used to playing and stuff not really paying attention to that or not thinking. Like I kept trying to think far enough ahead to be, well, what was in my hand? What's on the field? What can you possibly do? I can see people if they're not used to kind of watching that much, not really paying attention. Yeah. Waiting for a card that's already out on the playing board.
Right.
Possibly. I mean, I can see somebody who's not used to gaming in general, not picking up on that quite as quick. But
Yeah, but yeah. So Battle Line. It's a really fun, easy card game.
Quick too.
Yeah, very
Really?
quick. GMT. This is one of their small box games. There's this one, Formula One Racing.
Oh, was that them? Okay.
But I don't remember. But this might be their easiest game to learn and play. Formula One is pretty easy as well, but there's another one. I think Maneuver is pretty easy. It's like more intro to a war game, and this is not really a war game, but it's the theme is kind of
the theme's there, but it's not really.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's Battle Line.